This video is brought to you by CSI Works. What I'd like to overview is the capabilities that Clover has when it comes to employee permission management. And if you watch this video through the end, I'm going to show you the vulnerabilities that Clover has when it comes to employee theft prevention. And then I'm going to show you how to address those issues. But quickly, first, let's start off with what Clover has and what does it do very well. All right. So employees, you have ability to create as many employees as you'd like, or maybe not. I shouldn't say as many employees as you'd like, because I don't know if that's true, but you can create employees, right, basically. And then you have roles for those employees, and then you have permissions, so let's start out with the roles, and let me just kind of zoom in a little bit, if you don't mind. There it is. So let's start off with the role, and I've created one that's called test role, yeah, and I've put an employee into that role. And I went into the permissions and I've removed their ability to access inventory. Okay. And so now that they don't have inventory, they theoretically should not be able to sell anything to anybody other than what we have in our inventory app. Right. So let's go ahead and get out of this. And now let me log in as, that employee. Okay. There it is. And so now that we're logged in as employee, I don't know if you caught that or not, but the inventory app has disappeared and it's no longer here. And theoretically, now we are preventing this employee from selling things that are not in our inventory. Turns out we're not preventing anybody from anything. Watch this. Here's the register app. And there's this plus sign, right, that allows to create a custom item. And then you can just change the name of custom item to illegal item. Yeah. Here it is. We can go ahead and say, let's not charge tax, and let's make it $25. Add an item, hit pay, pay cash, done. And you thought it's not possible, right? Because the inventory app is gone. So turns out restricting inventory app is not enough. What you want to restrict is this plus sign. And how do you do that? So let me re-log in back as myself. All right. And let's go to our roles. So here's our role and here's our permissions. And now let's go into the app that's called register, right? And there are 19 different permissions that can be sort of specified or addressed within this register app. And so if you can expand it, and the very first one, it says access manual transaction. So, we want to basically prevent that. And we also want to add a custom item to an order. We want to prevent that. So getting rid of add a custom item to an order will prevent the employee from doing what I just showed you. Let's check this out. All right, so I'm logged back in as an employee that no longer has access to inventory and to custom items. And the way that it looks now is if you click on this button, it says enter manager's passcode to add a custom item. So there needs to be an overwrite now. And so that takes care of the ability to really sway outside of, this menu. And manual transaction will prevent them from just simply charging credit cards for nothing at all through here, right? So charge. I guess we can still. Let's see how that works. So, okay, looks like the customer can still do that. Okay, let's go ahead and cancel out of it. Done. And just how about manual card entry? Nope, can't do it. Okay, so basically, let's see, if we go to employees, roles, test role, permissions, I believe there's a way to just remove the sale. There it is. Remove sale. And now no more sale. No more sale. It's gone. So you can completely control, that aspect of it. But here is a vulnerability that I promised to show you. Say you have an order, right? And we're gonna put some stuff in it. Let me just cancel that. We're gonna open this, and the thing that's triggering has something to do with the little. All right, so there it is. There's enough, right? So there's $32, and at this point, customer says, you know what? Here's $32.25, and I don't need change, and I don't need receipt, and they walk away. So customer has left the door with all of these items and left your cashier clerk with $32.25. An employee can easily just go back, exit out, go to orders. This is the one, and delete. And after they delete this order, it's gone. It's completely gone. But let me show you something really cool. And just like that, we are on the web dashboard. So what I want to show you is how to prevent that scenario that I showed you just now, which is an order that hasn't been paid for yet can be deleted. And so can the items in that order. They can completely be deleted. And the entire composition of an order is not saved and does not exist until it's paid for. Until the transaction happens, you can delete it and there's no trace of it. So if you log into your Clover dashboard and navigate to an app called Employee Tracker, you can find it through more tools, right? You open an app and it has a web interface. You have to install a little utility app on the Clover device, but everything you need is here on the web. And I'm gonna show you first the tracking rules, and then we'll come back to the analytics. All right, so the tracking rules are right here. Again, I'm clicking on this sign, tracking rules, right? And this is what we are monitoring for if this happens, because otherwise these things are not traceable inside Clover. And what is it? An ability to delete an order by your employee is not trackable. So once an order is deleted, it's gone. But with this app, you can go through the wizard and say, this is my employees. If the order that's being deleted is more than $1, I want to get an email daily. Okay, so not as run as it occurs will give you a bunch of emails. But if you just do daily, it'll give you a list for each employee and says, okay, here's your employees, here's what they've deleted today, and show you the things that they've deleted, and then who gets the email. Okay, and then you can do this for scenarios such as deleting order, refunding order action, right? So deleting items, issuing discounts, and using logins. So user login is an interesting one because somebody can just oversee, somebody's passcode and use it later. And so, especially with, accesses that have manager access, right? So if somebody oversees a manager's access, that's dangerous. And so what you want to do basically is get an email every time somebody logs in and out. And then if it doesn't match with, let's say your manager is at home and he's logging in, a concern, so that would be a way to catch bad actors. And so employee tracker and all of this functionality costs 99 cents per employee per month. Okay, so free to install. And the trackings, it'll track these things that we've talked about. So if any discount is issued, if item on the order is deleted or refund is issued, we can track those things and notify you. Analytics is basically monitors your entire transaction history in relation to your employees, right? And provides you with some statistics. How am I doing on time? Excellent, we're doing good on time. All right, so for example, you have average number of transactions per employee is 77, right? That's your baseline, that's your normal number. And then your overachiever, this is the employee that pushed the most amount of transactions. That would be, and then you have the underperformant. This would be the employee that never pushed any transactions. Average sales price per transaction per employee, like, so when a sale occurs, right, how much was that sale worth per employee? So on average, for example, in my test environment, an average ticket was $65 per employee, right? And so my highest transaction was $89,000, and the lowest transaction was zero. Okay, the average percent of sales per employee refunded. Very important statistic, right? So percent of sales coming back as a refund. That's what we're counting here, right? So 10% is my baseline here. So anything better than that would be great. Anything below that would be cause for concern, and the name associated with concern. Average percent of discount per sale per employee, right? So how many discounts are going, how many transactions go clean without discount versus how many transactions have discounts applied to them, you know. Average percent of deleted orders. Okay, so deleted orders may happen as a mistake, not as a mistake, but there is a use case where an order needs to be deleted, right? So it's a normal behavior, and we're trying to catch abnormal deletions. And so average percent of deleted orders will give you what is normal for you, and for us it's 4%, right? So if anybody deletes more. And the last one is average percent of deleted items, right? So by deleted items, I mean, you start an order, you scan stuff in, and then you're removing stuff out before you close that transaction, right? So that's, you get your baseline, you get your best employee who doesn't delete any items, and then you get your, the worst employee that deletes all of the items that they've ever created. Which is, weird, but so this thing doesn't like notify you on actively, but it kind of gives you a picture where you might need to be looking at. So nothing, precise, like, oh, there's a smoking gun, this person is stealing from you. It's not like that. It's more of, pay attention to these KPIs, the key performing indicators, and just ask questions based on what you see here. That's kind of the point of it. And so this is a employee tracker app available on Clover. Thank you.